What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Arrow After Show here at the Stream.tv. I'm one of your hosts, Adam Kruger, and I'll call the big elephant out in the room right now. Obviously, we are a different crew, but we're fans since season 1. We love the show, and we're gonna arrow it up in here for serious. I said for serious. So joining me tonight, we have Olivia.
Hi guys, I'm Olivia. I've been a fan of Arrow since season 1. I'm so excited to join this after show, and we'll see what happens. Let's go.
And also, we have Carolina.
Hi guys, I'm Carolina Benetti, and I'm a massive DC Comics fan, period. My dad used to draw for them in the 70s. So I really grew up with a lot of the DC lore, and I've been a huge show of Arrow, The Flash. I'm excited for Legends, so I'm like really excited and honored to talk to you guys about Arrow.
All right, so let's just get right into this right now. Oh, also, quick shout out to Linda. She's been live tweeting since yesterday. She's a super fan of the show. She's a part of like every single group ever out there. We love you, Linda. We'll see you next week at our regular time on Wednesdays. We will be back on Wednesdays next week. So let's jump into this, okay? Happily Ever After? I don't think so. They really hit the ground running. They really hit the ground running, didn't they, with the opening sequence? So Ollie and Felicity are there enjoying their life. And they're in Happy Town. Let's talk about that for a second. What did you guys think?
I thought it was hilarious that Felicity was a terrible cook, because obviously she's a terrible cook. But I knew that it was going to be too good to be true, and I knew that it wasn't going to last very long. So we'll see.
I just thought it was funny to watch him run through this, like, what it looked like almost like a grass maze into, like, Desperate Housewife suburbia.
Yeah, that was a fun
hilarious.
moment, and you failed that omelet, and then the omelet goes into the into the trash. It was a nice little throwback, and then of course it cuts to Thea and Diggle, and they're doing their best, but they're obviously. I mean, what did you guys think about that? They weren't keeping up with it, that's for sure.
No, they were having a really rough time. You could tell that they really needed a lot of help, but they were trying their best. But you're like, the city's in trouble. Arrow really needs to get.
I don't know. I thought Thea was a pretty good badass. She was doing her thing, and she was kind of new at it, and she was so excited and happy to do it. So I don't know. Go. I'm Team Thea all the way.
Okay.
Team Thea. All right. Cool. I'm down. I'm down. Also, we then kind of see in that opening sequence. This is before first commercial. They really threw a lot at us this opening episode. Quentin is with the city leadership, and then we finally meet Damien Darhk, who basically says, "You're all dead. You're all gonna die in like a day. So say goodbye to your loved ones." That was intense. What do we feel about how I mean, I read some things about, and I felt this way too. Like, dude, he's walking into the thing, and he's making threats. Why don't we arrest him right there on the spot?
I mean, I wouldn't have done that. Do you see how creepy he is? I mean, first of all, way to go, Arrow. That guy was perfectly cast. He was so creepy, and I would be so intimidated by him. And I think, I think Lance knew something was up. I knew that. I think he knew that he wouldn't be able to stand up to him, and I think that was fine. That he needed to let him go and do his thing. And then obviously we find out that he's with him. He's teamed up with him.
We also wouldn't have much of a story if they arrested him off the bat and won. So there's that part. But he was really creepy. Like at one point, it's like, well, what are we willing to risk to get this guy? Also,
I guess I don't know. I kind of feel like in that instance maybe someone tries something, but I guess we realize later why not. So obviously the city's in deep trouble. Let's move on. Obviously we need to call in some reinforcements, and so how they bring Oliver back. Let's talk about that. We all knew that he was coming back. There was no Oliver and Felicity living happily ever after in suburbia. Go. You're ready. You're busting at the seams.
I know. I'm such a big Felicity and Oliver shipper. I love them together. So I was so excited. I was like, we're finally going to see. They're going to have their moment. They're going to at least have 5 minutes that are there. No. The poor guy is putting a ring in a freaking cupcake, and it's interrupted. It killed me.
Okay, but at the same time, we see that Felicity's like, well, our friends need us, so let's go. She's ready to go.
Well, she's oblivious. She has no idea that she's about to get proposed to. But meanwhile, the audience, like, if you're a big shipper, you're dying because you want it to happen for them. But it's also fun because you get to see Thea, because I know you're a big Thea shipper.
Yeah, I love Thea.
They come in and they're like, we need your help.
Right, and then we learn obviously that Felicity's been helping the crew behind Oliver's back. So let's talk about that for a second, because obviously she's bored in this happily ever after scenario.
I kind of figured that was something that was going to happen. I like it. I like that Felicity's been helping, this whole time. you know, I don't think that she would ever have stopped doing her thing, and I never saw her living in suburbia for the rest of her life. So.
Fair enough. Fair enough. And then we come back. Finally, Oliver comes and he tries to take charge again and realizes, oh right, I shouldn't be giving orders, and that whole thing kind of you know, leads into the whole him and Diggle situation. So let's talk about that reunion.
I mean, listen, I agree with Diggle. I mean, on one side, you know why Oliver did what he did, but at the same time, you know that his wife was kidnapped. Yeah.
But Lila, she forgave Oliver, so, you know, don't you think?
I think you're going to take it a little bit more personally when people take your wife.
Yes.
You're taking it a lot more personal.
Very true.
So I feel like he's holding a grudge on behalf, like, for the honor of his wife, which I think kind of has a right to.
But I did love the scene when she was, I mean, back in season 3, when she turned around and grabbed the guns and was so, you know, badass about it. That was pretty cool.
Okay, so Oliver's back. We're excited, guys. Just so you know, we're live. So tweet at us live at #ArrowAfterShow, and we'll maybe even feature you on the show like in 10 minutes or so. I don't even know, but tweet at us, or we'll get back to you during the week. But maybe right now during the show. Let's talk about the darkness, okay? And darkness with an H.
Dark.
Yeah, Damien Dark. So obviously they find out that it's way worse than they thought, and he's got cluster bombs and he's ready to destroy the city. And it's October, it's not May. What's going on here?
I mean, I don't know. First of all, in the train with his whole power of stopping the arrows, stopped my heart also. I was like, no, how are they going to defeat him? How are they going to defeat him? I don't know.
Yeah, we're definitely going to have to talk about that.
Yeah.
Well, here's my thing for all of my like fellow comic book shippers that have watched Damien Dark in the comics. He doesn't have superpowers. He's a super genius. The man is incredibly brilliant, so when they brought him on, I was expecting some like Lex Luthor level plots, where it's plot on plot on plot. But
now
he pulled out the superpower, and I was like, what?
Yeah.
For a whole team of superheroes that actually don't have superpowers, this is going to be very interesting.
Well, that's the thing. I mean, so we see him drain the life force out of one of his henchmen, right? And we're looking at this going like, what the hell? He touches you and you die.
Yeah.
Right? Arrows, that's all I've got. He's going, no, take him back. And let me touch you and kill you. So obviously we need Superman.
Yeah.
I mean, like,
we need extra help here.
Well, I wonder if they're going to develop some sort of like supersonic something arrow for the Green Arrow. Because he's got to get to Damien somehow, so it'd be cool to see Felicity come in with her super smart tech brain and create something for him to fight Damien, which would be a really cool role to watch her step into.
Or maybe we learn from the flashbacks that Oliver kind of figures out how to demysticize him and fight mysticism with mysticism. That could happen. You never know. I want to talk a little bit also about Speedy and her losing control. Obviously, people have said that you're fighting bad guys. How do you hold back? I mean, they're going to kill you if you don't kill them. But he's concerned. So
I definitely think that's a side effect of the Lazarus Pit. I mean, she's gonna. We know that she's gonna go through some serious changes this season because of what happened to her and because of her coming back to life. So I think that's just one of the things that she's happening. She can't control herself, and she's just being typical Thea and not listening to what Oliver has to say. And hopefully she gets it together.
I feel like anyone that's been in contact with the League of Assassins kind of has a permanent mark on their life. So she's going to have a lot to deal with this season for sure.
Yeah. I tend to agree. I think that but Oliver was in contact with the League of Assassins too, and he's kind of turned a corner. So he's trying to help Thea turn the corner. And I think that I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. I feel like everybody who wears red on the show ends up dead. So we'll see what happens. We'll get to that in just a second. So Oliver obviously explains that it's mystical and that Damien Dark is not a metahuman. So let's talk about that for a second. I mean, we kind of did. We see him. We see the source of his powers, right, in the chest when he cuts open his arm, which is a really awesome thing to do.
Super creepy.
Yeah.
So creepy. Oh, I'm just gonna go ahead and have a metaphysical, not metaphysical, spiritual power and just slice it open
from wrist to elbow, and then drip it into a bowl, and then say a thing, and then become powerful. So obviously. obviously they need a new plan.
Yeah.
They need a new plan, which could be a supersonic thing, could be a mystical thing. We'll have to kind of wait and see really where this goes. But
I'm excited to see what they're going to do with Damien Dark, because they're really creating a whole new mythos for Damien by giving him the superpower, because he doesn't have it in the comics at all. So for me, as someone who did read the comics growing up with my dad, I mean, come on, it's huge, because it's a big surprise for people that are big comic book fans.
You hear that, everybody? Carolina's got street cred. That's street cred right there, you know? She knows the comics inside and out. So that's what we're talking about. So, okay, let's talk about the holy crap moments of the show, because, I mean, let's start with Lance working with Damien, okay? Did we see this coming?
I mean, I didn't. I was legitimately shocked when I saw that. I was like, why? I mean, I think it has to do with, you know, Damien must be threatening his family or something, because I just don't believe that Lance could just turn bad like that. I don't know.
I guess I'm like a pessimist, because I saw it happen and I was like, that figures. Yeah.
I was like,
I think I'm kind of with you on that one. You know, he's kind of served the dark side before, and he makes kind of bad decisions. And I think that, you know, between that and also Diggle knowing about Hive, and not sharing anything, now Oliver's kind of got some moral high ground. He's like kind of, you know, he's able to kind of stand above it, which I think is going to lead to some interesting storylines, you know, in this season.
Yeah, now there are like multiple people who have secrets, you know, against him, and that's going to be some interesting things, I think.
So, which leads us to the tomb, or the grave. Who's okay? All right. Okay. Well, who do you think is going to be dead?
I don't even want to say it, because I was so upset with the thought that went through my brain. I don't want to say it, because I feel like if I speak it into the universe, the writers are going to be like, that's definitely who we killed. So maybe if I don't say it, it won't
say it
come
anyway.
out.
You have to say it. You can't do that. You have to. You have to say it.
No, I don't want anyone
It's for
to.
sure
No,
Felicity.
don't say it. She's my favorite.
See,
I don't.
that's what you're thinking. Do you think it's going to be Felicity?
I thought it was. I mean, I think it's going to be Felicity. Why is Barry there? You know,
Exactly, because Barry likes Felicity too, and like I feel like she's the only person he would really turn up for. But then again, we are going to be moving into their Legends combo, so it could be that we see more of Barry, the Flash teaming up with Green Arrow, because the Green Arrow might need superpowers to beat the superhero. He might need help.
That's what I'm thinking.
And like vice versa with the Flash, we might see somebody who is really outsmarting Team Flash, because on that show, which I also watch, he doesn't want help from his friends. He's really like kind of against it. So maybe they're going to have to come together a bit more, and it's a good way to segue all of the viewers into Legends, so they already have like a built-in on them working even more together than the casual 30 seconds here and there. So he could come in this season to help with Damien Dark's magic powers.
I think that's definitely a possibility. I think that just to come back around to the topic of who's dead. I think that that's okay. I think that like they're trying to make us think it's Felicity, and I don't think it is. I think that's too easy. I think it's too simple, and I think that, you know, your question about, you know, why is Barry there? Barry's there because he's friends with Oliver. They're friends. So whoever it is that's gone, he's gonna be there for him, right? I think personally, go ahead.
I'm just saying, it's definitely one of the 4 main characters. Like
100%.
100%. Yeah. Somebody is getting the axe this season.
I'm gonna break it down real quick. I think that there's 3 top for me, and it's between Thea, Laurel, and Diggle for me. And I think that you know, with Thea having trouble controlling her dark side and being wonky from the Lazarus pit and coming back, I think there's a possibility she gets herself into something, and then bang, she's dead, and then Oliver has to lose more family, which might be insane. With Laurel, she's Laurel, so do you know what I mean? Yeah. And with you know, Quentin being, you know, working with Damien, you never know, that could kind of go that way. But literally, I think it's going to be Diggle, because he's hiding the Hive thing. He's going to try to go after his brother's killer, and I'm gonna call it right now. Season 4, episode 1, first after show. I'm saying Diggle is dead in 6 months. That's my prediction.
Well, I will say that was my second thought, because after I got really upset thinking like, oh my God, they're killing my favorite character, I was like, or maybe it's Diggle, because he's become so important to the plot line that I feel like if they killed him, it would be a real like gut-wrenching feeling for everyone, because everybody likes Diggle. I never meet anybody who's like, oh, I can't stand, I hate that guy.
And think
like,
about it too.
Everybody likes him.
Yeah, Also, he's got a wife and a kid.
Yeah.
So what else would
Super
make
sad
Oliver say, I'm going to kill him? He's above killing. We know that. He hasn't killed since the end of season 1, which I kind of miss. I'm not going to lie. I kind of liked it when he was a badass. But, you know, he's grown into, like, the actual Green Arrow. What's going to make him kill? It's either going to be losing Felicity or it's going to be losing Diggle and, you know, having a father be taken away from his wife and child. That's enough motivation, I think.
But to play devil's advocate, I think he would want to kill someone if they killed Thea because that's his last family.
With you. I agree.
That would really make him flip his switch on, like, you know what? I was playing nice. It's over now. You killed my sister. This is personal.
Okay, let us know what you guys think in the YouTube comments or, you know, tweet at us, #ArrowAfterShow. We'll be right back after this quick little break. So we'll see you soon.
Just in case you missed it live.
In case you missed it live.
In case you missed it live.
In case you missed it live, this is for you.
I love it. That was freaking
How did we my God.
I didn't see any of this coming. Yeah, I'm not even gonna lie.
Yeah?
I was like,
How did you get here? No.
Kill him. Kill him. Definitely kill him. We're cool.
Shade. Shade left and right, ladies and gentlemen.
Ladies, let's put your 2 cents in.
Rubbed me the wrong way in the right way.
but you were like, well, we want to know what's gonna happen.
That was cute.
We just want to say we love you all. Thank you so much for your support. You are all seriously the best in the world.
Another beautiful summer at the stream.tv, y'all.
Here we go, guys.
Thank you for being here. Peace out.
Bye, guys.
Welcome back to our Arrow After Show here at the Stream.tv. Don't forget to tweet at us using the #ArrowAfterShow. And we're going to do, first of all, thank you guys so much for joining us tonight. We're going to do a couple of YouTube shout-outs right now because you guys are blowing up the live chat. We want to talk to you. So we just asked you who you thought might be the one who ends up dead in 6 months. And so Carolina's going to talk YouTube.
Okay, I'm really sorry if I say your name wrong. Daniel Rainier? He says, what if Walter returns to run for mayor and that's who dies because Damon has to take care of his competition? But he does note that he thinks that's highly unlikely. I think that would be an epic plot point.
That would be brilliant.
That'd
on
be
the
really
writer's
good.
part,
Yeah.
That'd be
because
really good.
he's definitely connected to Walter. You know, if he did come back, that's like his it's like his, you know, pseudo dad. So that could definitely make him want to kill again.
Yeah, for sure.
That's an interesting, well thought out. I didn't think of that. Oh, and well, just don't forget to subscribe right now, by the way, so you guys can, you know, watch us all the time. And all of the other after shows here at thestream.tv, because we love you.
Ashley Clark says she's throwing her hat in the ring with the Quentin Lance theory.
Okay. So we think that it's going to be Laurel that bites it because of Quentin's decisions.
We'll see.
Possible.
Which, you know what, I thought about it while we were on our break, and that could also make him want to kill people because her sister's already dead, and he felt so responsible for that. So to have Laurel die too.
Yeah.
But she's going to come back. Sarah's going to come back.
But they don't know that.
But she might come back by the time the person dies.
That's true.
So
true.
That
But
could,
who's going to know that she's back? That's the thing, too, because they could bring her back and only have a couple characters know that she's actually back.
That's true. That's a good point.
Arrow gets, like, really nifty like that, so it's possible that she dies and he dies and comes back, but only certain people know that, and then Laurel dies and he doesn't know that, and that doesn't mean...
And then everybody's dead
It
and he feels
changes his-
responsible.
Oh my gosh, so many people dying.
So okay, that's definitely a possibility. I feel like a lot of the fans would be very happy to see Laurel go, and I mean, you know, she does bring something to the show. I think that, you know, he's got that connection to
I
her.
like Laurel. I mean, sometimes it's iffy, but I think she does bring a lot to the show. I think she's trying really hard. I think she's made major improvements, you know? So, I mean, we'll see.
This one's really good. It's like they're very detailed about it. It's Thea. She dies. Merlyn and the League come back for the final battle from Machine 921.
Wow.
Wow. Okay. So Thea, and then that could be an interesting thing. I think these are all valid. They're all good. I'm still calling Diggle. Let's
I'm
do
with
some,
you on Diggle because I don't want to accept Felicity.
Okay. And watch, it's going to be Felicity now. I just cursed it. I'm sorry.
No.
I'm sorry, Carolina. I didn't mean to. All right, Olivia's going to take away some Twitter shout-outs.
I actually just have one, and it's kind of the same. What if the grave is Thea's, and the person he's talking about is Merlyn? This is from Raw Riot, so I mean...
Oh, maybe he's going to kill Merlyn.
Yeah.
That's not something that...
Because
would it surprise you if Merlyn killed Thea? Because it really wouldn't.
No,
Not with me.
I wouldn't be surprised.
So shady.
Yeah, he's. They're saying, you know, Damien Dark is really like the most evil, sinister, twisted villain since Malcolm Merlyn, and so it wouldn't surprise me at all if he killed his daughter. But
I just had a thought. I mean, they introduced Damien, and he has all these mystical powers. We don't know what he can do. If you've read the comics, we still don't know what he can do because he's a whole new mythical entity unto himself. What if he does like mind control on Merlyn and that's how Merlyn kills her?
Whoa.
And nobody knows that. They all think he's a jerk anyway, so everybody would totally believe Merlyn purposely killing his own daughter.
It would be a taste of his
and
own
Raw
medicine.
Riot would be right.
He used Thea to kill Sarah, so you know that would be really interesting. Okay, cool. All right, let's move over to some Reddit questions. I want to go here to actually first. This one's just funny. Redditor Shinaholum, Shiniholum, is saying, so is Diggle straight up murdering fools? And so I just love the way that you put that, first of all. Second of all, right? Yeah. He's just shooting everybody in the episode. Everybody's just getting blown away. What's going on with that?
He doesn't even care. He's just like,
I mean,
don't know.
We didn't even talk about the helmet.
Yeah.
Do we? You know, he's got a helmet now. He kind of looks like Magneto.
Magneto.
Right? He's like a biker version of Magneto.
I don't
and
love it.
He's
Don't
straight
love
up
it.
killing people.
like it.
I don't know what's up with that. I thought Team Arrow wasn't killing people, but you know, I guess that remains to be seen.
I feel like Diggle has a lot more in his back pocket, and we're going to see more into his life and more about him than we've been let in on in the past. I think we can really expect some people coming out of his past and his life into the show this season.
I think that would be interesting.
I think so too.
I think, well, there has to be because he's hiding the secret, and so there's going to be backstory with his brother and everything. I think that's going to happen for sure. One last quick Reddit question, and this is it's a discussion actually, and it's by RedW04. And the question is, did Stephen Amell's voice seem a little bit higher pitched this episode? And he said, I definitely thought his voice was a higher pitch in this episode, more akin to his natural speaking voice, as opposed to how Oliver sounded in season 3. My thought was that it's to reflect the lighter tone. He can crack jokes more naturally with his real speaking voice. Anybody else notice it? Yeah.
I noticed that completely. I was like, what is up with his voice? Why is he changing it?
Right?
But maybe she's right, or he's trying to lighten it up because he's a new man.
Maybe, I don't know.
Maybe ADR got the octave off.
It did seem very like, you know, Oliver before he became the Arrow, like he became darker later, and then in the flashbacks when he was, you know, up here in the register, and then so I don't know. We'll see what's maybe to reflect it lighter, I guess. All right, guys, well, go ahead and subscribe now. We'll be back next Wednesday after episode 2, which is going to be epic. It's going to be an amazing season. We're so excited. Thank you guys so much for joining us. Remember to tweet at us using the hashtag ArrowAfterShow, and we'll see you next time. Bye, guys.
Bye. See ya.